There were motorways out there, the animals would get run over. And where would they find food? There were no keepers to feed them outside today. I can't believe this is happening, thought Eric for a while. He had to find out more. He crept along the side of the elephant's pen so he could see what Maya and Mika were saying. He felt like a spy. We will escape today. They were telling the kangaroos, pass it on. The tiny whisper, the message spread all around the zoo, and there was nothing he could do to stop it. Eric could hear the whoop as the monkeys got it, then the roar as the stick reached the lion. Soon the whole zoo was buzzing with news of the lion's playhouse. Suddenly, Maya saw Eric. Hello, human child. Did you hear what we said? Yes, Eric didn't want to lie to the animals. They thought he was their friend. Chapter 4. He told us to come. We are very grateful to you, said Peter. You told us the truth. The jungle is so good. We cannot wait to get there. It's our dream. Eric took hold of the strings that worked with ends of wire. He wanted to survival. There is no jungle. You don't understand. It will be terrible out there if you all die. But he just couldn't do it. He couldn't spoil the animal's dream. He let his hands drop. What is the kangaroo asking us? Asked Maya puzzled. I can't quite see. Mika squinted through the fence with his tiny elephant ears. He is asking, does the human child know about our plan? What if he tells us that they will stop our escape? Mika looked angry. His ears flapped furiously. You can't trust the human child on our side. Eric felt terrible. There was so much he should say, but he couldn't say any of it. Eric trudged away from the elephant's head. His mind was in torment. What on earth was he going to do? Dreadful thoughts were growing in like monsters in his brain. He only thought about the animals up to now. He hadn't thought about the danger to humans. What if the lion escaped? With a shudder, Eric thought of the sharp claws of the shiny-haired lion. I'm going to have to tell, Eric decided. Set off to find Dad. He was still struggling to make up his mind. He passed the gazelles. They were skipping around the fence in frenzy. Their ears flickered. We are going outside to the jungle! The jungle! Oh no, groaned Eric. What if they get hit by cars? What if they meet the crocodiles? It was no good. He couldn't wriggle out of it any longer. He pushed open the door to the keeper's room. He knew Dad would be having his tea break. Dad, he said in a small shaky voice, I've got something important to tell you. Chapter 5. Traitor. At first Dad didn't believe him. He kept saying, this is a joke, isn't it? And Eric insisted, No, honest, Dad, it isn't. But the keeper dashed in, shouting, You'll never believe what's happening. 2 gazelles and a kangaroo have just jumped over the fence. Then Dad began to believe it. Call out to all the keepers, he cried. This is an emergency. The animals' escape was over before it began. The keeper saw to that. The 2 gazelles and the kangaroo were put back in their pens. As the kangaroo was led back, he saw Eric standing with the keeper, his ears wagging. Only Eric knew what he was saying. We were fools to trust you, human child. The first gazelle twitched her ears angrily. Traitor. And the second one told him, None of us will ever talk to you again. On the way home, Eric told himself, You did it to save the animals. You did it so humans wouldn't get hurt. You had to tell.
The keepers thought he was a hero, but that didn't make him feel any better. The animals thought he was a big sneak. Eric felt really upset about that. Chapter 6. Rabbit Talk. At home, Eric stood by the dustbin. I'm going to throw this ear language stuff away now, he decided. It was useless. None of the animals would ever speak to him again, and anyway, it had caused nothing but trouble. He threw the elephant ears into the bin, then the gazelle ears, then all the other ears. At last, there was just one pair of ears at the bottom of his box. What are these? He thought, lifting them out. They were long and floppy. They were white and silky. Wait a minute, I know, said Eric. He'd meant to throw everything away, but instead he ran down to the end of the garden. Fluffy, his pet rabbit, was out in her run. Eric searched through the little blue book. He found the page headed Rabbit Talk. He just couldn't stop himself. He fitted the ears on to the hat. He put the hat on his head. 3 waggles and 2 flicks meant, what is your favourite food? Dandelions, Fluffy told him, blinking her pink eyes. And what do you like doing best? Waggled Eric. Sunbathing, answered Fluffy. At least I've still got one animal to talk to, thought Eric happily. Talking to your pet rabbit wasn't as exciting as talking to lions and elephants, but I've had enough excitement for one day, thought Eric. So now that I have finished reading this book to you, what I would like you to do is have a go at reading it yourself. If you are struggling with some of the words, you can go back and listen to me read it again, or down here we have a button, the triangle one, where the Oxford Owl will read the book to you again. So boys and girls, you should be done with your reading and on to your Kahoot quiz. If you want to access your Kahoot, you can type kahoot.it into Google, or you can download it on a tablet or an iPhone or a Samsung if that is what you are using to do your guided reading. First step, we need to type in our game pin. Your game pin for this is 0970767. Let's press enter. Now that it has loaded, you'll see that you have your quiz. Your quiz has 4 questions, but you have a time limit on how long you can take to answer each question. To join the game, you need to write your name in this box and then press OK, go. Once you have completed your quiz, please send me a picture or your class teacher via Class Dojo to show that you have completed your guided reading task. Enjoy and have fun!